not to be on this, so don't ask me.
And I'm proud to be an American.
Well, at least I know I'm free. And we are proud to be your hosts of Callbacks. Welcome to every single member of the colleagues. All the colleagues out there.
Call daddy, call babies.
The call daddies, call mommies, call parents.
Call cousins.
This is your co-host, Sam Salem.
See it?
Maple Grove, Minnesota.
Do you see it?
6'2", fill in the blank. Even though Coach made me list my height at 6'4" because he wanted us to look like a taller team, but I'm 6'2". And to my left, the camera's right, is the one and only
Mr. Chaotic.
He is
Mr. Worldwide.
Dotting all of my I's and crossing all of my T's. He is the secret sauce that makes this sandwich go crazy on the taste buds.
Sweet Baby Ray.
It is Danny Sellers, a.k.a. Deacon Dan, a.k.a. Lil Dan Dan, a.k.a. pound for pound, the hardest working, best comic in L.A., my co-host, Danny Sellers. Hello.
Underrated, never duplicated. Chaos. Hey, if you need chaotic energy for a podcast, brother or ma'am, this is the episode for you.
Yeah, it's great vibes. Speaking of underrated, dude, so for those new to the program, Danny and I, we like to talk about dates, go back to the past, nostalgia. I talk about teaching.
Yeah.
We talk about both being comics.
The streets.
But we also both used to be college athletes.
Athletics.
Division something athletes.
That was good.
Shout out.
Technically.
Shout out friend and colleague Corey.
Yeah.
But my favorite, nothing better in sports, you saying underrated reminded me of this, is the overrated chant. Overrated. Yeah, like we were playing like the number 5 team in the country and we got them on upset alert and you're like about to win and the whole like student section is chanting overrated.
And the best player is like, let me go ahead and be the best player real quick and score.
Sure, but
8 in 4 minutes.
There's just nothing better than like when you're actually about to get a big upset. Like getting to chant overrated at somebody.
Yeah.
I think we need to be doing it with political candidates.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 100%. Mitch, Trump, Biden even give. Yeah, overrated. Biden. I give. Everybody can get this work a little bit.
Yeah.
Low key.
Honestly, I don't. Yeah. All the old heads need to get it. Anyway, we like to start this podcast because we are non-toxic boys.
Yeah.
We like to start with our favorite segment, mental health check with Danny Sellers.
We're very emotionally available. Anyone wondering?
Emotionally available. Physically available?
I was about to say something crazy, Sam. You cannot tee me up. We've been it's over 2 minutes, dog. You know how we feeling. Anyways, my mental health this week feels like a middle seat on a Spirit Airlines flight. Tragedy. Chaotic.
We were just on some Spirit Airline flights?
Yeah, I'm on my way, but it's rough right now. A lot of turbulence for your boy.
You were happy that you saved money and then you got there and you're like, maybe I shouldn't have saved that money.
This is what happened. So my dad's friend has 50th birthday, Dallas, and my dad lives in the suburbs of Dallas. And so they flew me out to do stand-up at his birthday.
That's fun.
This whole time, I'm like kind of dreading it, not like seriously dreading it, but it's just like, this is in Dallas, Texas, so southern, older black people. This is dude's 50th birthday.
Right.
So it's give or take people in their late 40s to early 60s, black church folk. And I live down south, so
you was with the congregation.
Yeah, exactly. So I get in there, and anyways, it was what I thought it was. We made it work. We had fun. We threw some church jokes in there. My granddaddy was a preacher, so I just kind of flipped off that, and it was a good time. But so the flight was free. Spirit.
They flew you out on Spirit?
Yeah. And she and then his wife, she asked if that was cool, and I said yeah, because I got to see my daddy. To go, it was fine. Get out to LA for free.
You're a good person.
I'm a good person, and I wasn't about to break him over the head over a flight. Dog, Spirit Airlines is like the cartel. Colombian cocaine cartel, because I spent almost $200 in just checking a bag each way.
They charge you more for having a carry-on bag than they do for a checked bag sometimes.
It's cost me $78, $70 to just bring on my roll-on bag onto the joint.
70?
Yes, dog. Crazy.
Was it extra heavy or something? Why they charge you?
No, this was the standard shit. Not when I got to the gate, when I checked into the flight. I'm like, this is the cartel, bro. And I told,
the ticket was probably only like $70.
Bruh, I told the lady that booked it. I told her how to carry on. And when I went to check in, it wasn't there. Whatever, it's fine. It is what it is. I got to see my dad for 4 days. It was fine. But I was just like, dog. And then I spent $4. Look, if y'all want to be mad at me in the comments, I spent $4 on a Dasani water. If you ever had Dasani water tastes like noodle water. Dasani water tastes like tears. It tastes like cold tears. You ever had Dasani water? I paid four of my American dollars.
It's like cold tears.
It's disgusting. Bro, I paid $4 of my American dollars.
They just underpay a bunch of factory workers and collect their tears and bottle it up.
That was the nastiest $4 I ever spent in my life. And it was 3 hours. So it's that time.
They weren't even giving water away for free?
No, they don't give water for free. If they did, they didn't tell me. I asked for water. She put the pad out like, yeah, okay, it's $4, dog.
Charging for water is...
It's crazy, dog.
In Joe Biden's America,
and then when I came back, I was like, let me just see what how much water costs in the actual airport. $3.50 for a nice smart water.
Yeah.
Well, y'all upcharging Dasani's? This is fucking hot dog water?
Not the Dasani.
Dasani is crazy. Whoever works at Dasani, we coming for you.
That's Coca-Cola Company.
Yeah, them dog, bruh. That shit was chaotic, but and the seats was crazy.
You had to be on a middle seat though?
No, I was in the aisle. I was in the window and I was in the aisle. But at our height, I can't do, especially
6'3". He's emotionally available on 6'3".
Yeah, and I do push-ups. Stop playing with me.
And I do push-ups. And I do push-ups.
Yeah, major chaotic vibes on this episode. Yeah, window. But then, yeah, I mean, literally my knees were like pressed up against the seat of old boy in the back. I felt, and the seats don't recline. Look.
This is your first time flying Spirit?
I flew it one other time. I think it was like Vegas to LA. Like it was, or
short, yeah.
San Francisco to Vegas or something. It was like an hour. It wasn't shit.
Yes, yeah. That's how I knew when I was fully adult. Like I would fly Spirit in college because I went to college in the Chicago area and I lived in Minneapolis. So that's like,
yeah, that's
honestly like if you don't have to wait to land, it can be less than an hour flight.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad.
And
that's
so
nice.
I would find $45 flights. Sometimes round trip I'd find like $75 to $80 round trip flights. And so I'm going home for the weekend from college. I'm a college kid, bring my backpack.
Right.
And then one time I tried to fly Minnesota to Los Angeles, which is a 4-hour flight.
That's chaos.
They delayed the flight. We got there, they delayed it by an hour, they delayed it by another hour, and then they're just like, no, we're canceling the flight. And we're like, what went on? And we're like, we can see the plane right there. They're like, yeah, we don't have a crew.
That's what happened today.
Do you know how bad you have to be as an airline you have the equipment, you literally just don't have anybody who wants to fly for
today.
you?
My flight got delayed like an hour. And the thing also is crazy about Spirit is like the flight attendants don't even look good.
Okay, I'm not going.
You know, all right.
No, I'm not going. I'm not going with this at all.
All right, Sam.
You can look however you want. You're working. It is not your job to look good for the male gaze.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. Sure. Sam,
I just want to make it clear.
Go on a Delta flight out of Atlanta right now. You're gonna be like, you know what? I'm married, but if I wasn't, this beautiful thick black woman named Shantae, who's giving me Biscoffs and water, I love her now. At least that
Biscoffs and water is the love recipe.
Yeah, and you sit in the aisle and her booty hits your shoulder a little bit. I'm sorry, baby.
No, I'm not going in with any of this.
Man, I love you. Respectfully, I love you.
Great. Fall in love with any flight attendant you would like to fall in love with.
The vibes is
they do not
clear, dog.
Look however you want to look. It's not your job to look.
If you're listening right now and tell me I'm lying, go on a Delta flight out of Atlanta or Charlotte right now. You're like, Miss Denise, how you doing today? Fine. She 52. She used to be a school teacher.
Look, you're not going to get any arguments
divorce
out of me that the Delta flight attendants act nicer. They are nicer people than Spirit. They definitely enjoy their jobs more. It is not their job to look a certain way.
It's not. I'm not saying. Look, the flight attendant looking fine is any relatable to any job, any service job. It's irrelevant on the sense of me respect.
You keep saying this. You about to be irrelevant.
But the fine black ladies that work at Delta out of the Southeast is undefeated. I don't care what nobody says.
Weirdly specific.
Because
You're naming the race and region of the country.
Delta's based out of Atlanta.
Yes, correct.
So that's where a lot of the Atlanta airport is. Look, black people. If there's another black person in this room, they would be like, Danny spit facts. The fine black Miss Denise, Miss Shantae.
I'm not arguing that there are
Miss Jackson.
Look, statistically, I'm sure there are many beautiful black women in Atlanta.
Can you be specific? Say thick black women in Atlanta?
You are being more than enough specific for the both of us. So statistically, I'm just not going with you on this fact that I'm sure the Spirit flight attendants are lovely people, and the way they look does not matter.
Yeah, sure. They're going to get me home safe, 100%.
Well, on Spirit, I don't actually know if they're going to get you home safe. They might.
Look, man, shout out to all the Miss Shantae, Miss Denise, Miss Pamela.
I feel like you're about to get us canceled. And out of fear of being two 30-year-old dudes talking about airlines on a podcast, we're just going down crazy territory.
Me saying my love for black women is going to get you canceled. Oh,
okay. Don't do that to me. Don't do that.
Uncomfortable about showing black women love. All right, now let's mental health. That's my mental health check. Is my life's feeling like a spirit. I'm getting to where I need to go. It's just a little bit bumpy.
Sometimes I feel like you take me on a spirit flight emotionally.
Yeah, bro. Life's getting
welcome. No, I feel though. I told my therapist today I'm on depression. I'm on that depression light.
Yeah, beta.
And he was just like, I already knew that. I was like,
yeah, okay. It's hectic, dog.
Dude, but this is what I love being about.
Vacation.
You know what I love about being. I'm not actually depressed, but I've talked about it on the podcast before. Like, you know, I think I've mentioned it. Like, unfortunately, my mom is in hospice right now, so that's like a very heavy thing to be going through. So that's not what this podcast is about. We're not like, there's plenty of serious, real podcasts that you can listen to. This is about being light, but I was having a moment. This is what I love about being a comedian is. I feel like me and you actually do take mental health, like in all seriousness, we'll like, okay, I need to be a mentally healthy person so I am not like a bad person. Yeah. But sometimes it is funny being around like comedians or good friends that just like do make jokes out of like the darkest situations.
Yeah.
Like, because my mom's in hospice. What can you say that's going to make me feel better? Nothing. Like it's just like I hope she gets, no, there's no getting better in hospise, right?
Just gotta listen.
So like sometimes it is, either be a listening ear or like say some wild stuff that is like, let's be inappropriate with our jokes. And we were talking about this off mic, but I was just having one of those days where like got bad news about my mom's health. And then I had this crazy dream where it was like me trying to prevent people from dying and it was just way too real.
Yeah.
And I would start telling my wife about it and I'm crying and I'm like, yeah, and it just feels really heavy lately. And she just looks at me like and dismissively pats me on the back and goes, this seems like this is for your therapist, and just walks away.
Yeah, bro.
And obviously, and before people go for my wife, she like actually came back and talked to me. But like that's a funny bit. Like someone at their lowest moment to make a bit out of their lowest moment. I think it is kind of a comedian thing.
That's what partnership is though too. I mean, shout out to Lucy. That's part of it. Knowing they call it the love language stuff, whatever, but it's like even your I guess sadness language, how to
Yeah, because I would never do that to her, but she knows that like she's seen me like make jokes out of crazy situations with friends. So sometimes you just gotta laugh so you don't cry.
Protect your mentals, dog.
So today, a lot of times we have guests. Lately, we've been doing some no guest episodes.
We've been all over. Look, friends. Let's just be honest with you. We are all over the world right now. Sam's here and there. I'm there and here. We're depressed. We're working through it. We're having fun. We're at the beach.
Yeah.
We're, doing all kind of wild, crazy stuff. Chaos.
I'm on tour. Danny's taping a special.
Yeah, editing a special. So sometimes,
we don't have time to have guests, but
we have time for you to talk to you though, little babies.
And honestly, we love doing this. We have such a fun time. So again, we would love callbacks. Callbackspod@gmail.com. We've had a couple of people email us with stories. Give us some feedback. Say, hey, I like more guests. I like it when you don't have guests. Give us your mental health check. I would love to read a colleague's mental health. Like, hey, Danny Sellers' mental health trademark is, and get your own little bit off about it. Okay, give us some feedback. Yeah. Shout out to all the people that have been reviewing. But today's episode, we should
do like voicemails for like a little mental health check.
Oh yeah, if you guys send us a voice memo,
we need to do that.
DM me on Instagram, DM Danny on
We gotta do like
Instagram.
anonymous. So we gotta do like one of those like forms where you can just send like anonymous joints.
Yeah, maybe we'll get a form up. But for now, either DM the Callbacks Pod Instagram or at Follow Sellers at Samuel Sleeves. If you DM us,
especially if you are a black lady that works at
Delta Airlines
in Atlanta or Charlotte.
Oh, as a comedian, that'd actually be really clutch because then they put you on the buddy pass and then you get free flights and you have free travel to go perform shows all over the country.
He's still in 2023.
Hey,
that's what it is.
This boy a fool with it.
Buddy pass, Miss Shantae, Denise.
So yeah, give us a voice memo. Send us a voice memo on IG of your mental health and we would love to talk about it. Yeah. Okay, so today's episode, we do like to do a callback to
the streets,
nostalgic times. Yeah, this is what I've noticed as a teacher. Spotify Wrapped, end of year, like kids are always sharing their Spotifys, and sometimes I just love to play the character of grumpy older person to kids. Yeah, because it's just funny to get bits off. So sometimes I go extra, like I lean into them, like you kids these days with your Spotify and just sharing. Playlist. Back in my day, we had to burn CDs.
Yes, LimeWire.
And I'm just thinking they're gonna be like, "Oh, cool." But I had a kid be like, "Why would you burn a CD?"
Yeah, he don't even know what that means.
Like, yeah, because why would you know what that means?
Yeah,
like burn a CD. So I'm like, wait, what do you think burning a CD means? And this kid's like,
no.
He's like pantomiming, holding up a lighter to a CD. He's like, why? Like you burn it?
Yeah.
It's like, no, not how it worked. But it just got me thinking. It's funny watching these kids. Like, I'll see these nervous. Again, for those who don't know, obviously substitute teacher, used to be full-time teacher. But like I see these nervous kids like, hey, I sent you this playlist to like, the yameens, as you like to call them.
That is a thing, even with adults though now.
Yeah, of course.
But even like I've heard this probably 10 different times that like couples will have a playlist and then they'll break up. And then the way they communicate passive aggressively is that they will add songs to that playlist.
That's insane.
Bro, I've heard it like 3 different, no bullshit. I've heard it 3 different times.
Like just like the Sean, like Big Sean, I don't with you.
Or like on the inverse, like sensitive shit, like,
I still miss you. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. Like this type shit. Yeah, like, bro, yes. I don't think it was me consuming content. I think it was in real life. I've heard people do
someone talk about this. Hey, well, again, the colleagues, share with us. Have you ever? Yeah. Are you actively sharing playlists with either your partner or someone you're trying to be partners with?
Don't do that.
Are you finessing? But this is the callback for today. The nostalgia, burning CDs. Now it is easy. Like this is my old man kids these days. It's pretty easy. If Danny in high school could just put together this playlist, share it with a girl, and if she likes it, great. And if she doesn't like it, you'd be like, I was just sending that. I just dropped a link. There's no like I was just sharing that with everybody.
Oh yeah,
but back in the day, look. Sometimes I burn a CD for a girl. Sometimes a girl burn a CD for me.
Curation.
But to have to make a CD, burn it physically, put it in the
sleeve.
But you put it in the sleeve.
Yeah.
Sometimes you want to really go special. You put it in the plastic hard case.
Yo.
And then you write on it like
songs. Yeah.
Sam's mix for, or you put little drawings on it, or you're like, hey, songs to whatever to, and you have to
twerked on by.
I was never writing that, but then you have to physically walk up.
I would love to see you get twerked on when you was like 17. How you would have reacted to get twerked on?
Oh man, I would have.
Gosh, please stop.
Mom, pick me up.
Stop twerking, please. Man.
There's a lot of coveting going on here. Please pick me up.
She's rubbing her booty on my meat. All right, sorry. I took it too far.
You took it to just the right place.
Monday night.
But yeah, to actually have to walk up to a girl and be like, I made this CD for you.
Yeah, that's tight.
That was like, but you did that back in the day, right? Were you making CDs for girls?
Yeah, who was my thing with girl? I don't know if I ever made a CD for a girl. I'm trying to think. Because by the time we were in high school, this is 2007 through 10, or 6 through 10. Yeah, 7 through 10. I think CDs were kind of on the out. iPads and iPods had just started.
Yeah, people had iPods, but you still, like, it wasn't easy.
It was a luxury to have it though.
It was a little bit of a luxury to have, but even if you had it, Danny has the new Lil Wayne album.
Yeah.
Can you burn that on a CD for me so that I can have it? Like you bought it on iTunes, but I want it on my iTunes.
Yeah.
So can you burn it on a CD for me? Then I'm going to take it, upload it onto my, like the burned CD onto mine.
Definitely
so like you still were like.
Definitely still had, I never did it for a girl per se, but I definitely had playlists for when I got my first car.
Yeah.
For girls.
When they came in the car?
Yeah.
What was that first car?
A party or like you pulling up to a party. Yeah. My first car ever was a 2004 Taurus. So like it was only 8 years old. So it was like relatively like a decent little, but this shows the times. My mom bought it for me. It was like $1,800. So it was cheap.
Yeah.
It had like 140,000 miles. It had like a little rust spot on the left back rear wheel, but other than that, it was clean.
Right.
So it was a perfect, really good first car for a kid.
Yeah.
But it had a cassette player, so I had, but I had the adapter though, the little cassette adapter to the aux cord joint.
Dog.
If you know, you know. That's like a very.
That's what I had. My first car was a minivan, and it was literally a cassette with a cord attached to it. So then you would put the cassette in and plug that into a Walkman.
Yeah, that's like a nasty like 5-year period where like people had. Cars still had cassette players. They had the technology. Then it was like, all right, dog, let's do something. Let's do Bluetooth.
Dude, that's a memory unlocked moment for me. We literally had a white tape in our 2002 Mercury Villager minivan where you would put in that and you'd plug it into a Walkman.
Yeah.
But then since I would just put the Walkman on the floor of my car, so if I went over a bump, it would hit the Walkman and it would skip because you would hit a bump too hard.
Yeah, dog. I had a little iPod Touch, so I had to like, a little bit more. By the time I got my first car, I mean, I was 16. Second half of junior year. So that's when I got my first. That's when I was able to get my license. So my playlist was Kid Cudi Day and Night. That was the
song. You know how many kids, especially going to a white boy suburb school, you know how many kids would put as their Facebook status Mr. Solo Dolo?
Oh, yeah.
That would just be their Facebook status. Like, 100%. I'm Mr. Solo Dolo. Kid Cudi. Yeah, this is aggressively millennials. For any non-millennials listening.
It is what it is.
This is just peak millennial culture.
And then so then we had that. And then this was Drake first got out, but then no one knew he was old boy from Degrassi.
Yeah.
So like the Best I Ever Had.
Best I Ever Had.
That whole little vibe. That's like 2009, 2010.
Yeah.
That was like the go-to slaps. It's a little, somebody you like in the car. Who is Drake? Like, this is my new artist. Little they know this is Aubrey,
Aubrey Graham from Degrassi.
Yeah, bro.
That's hilarious.
That was like my. Then of course you got the. I was down south at this time, Jacksonville, Florida.
Yeah.
So you got the Plies, little T-Pain too.
Right.
That was
T and T-Pain stands for Tallahassee. For those who don't know.
Yeah, if you know, you know. So that was like the mix. Then you got for the ratchets, you got the the Boosies and stuff. But for like the vibes of like my little somebody I like,
right.
Then I've probably said this 8 times on this podcast specifically, and you're probably going to guess people that are listening. Love in This Club.
What's with you in this song?
Bruh, when you first got trigger warning. When you first started getting horny, Love in This Club was the song. It's like, dog.
Looking for somebody that'll get a
It's a slap right now. Imagine being a little bit horny in 14.
It's powerful feelings. It's powerful feelings.
No, when I pull it out. Come on, dog. The whole song from start to finish, the song goes. Love in This Club.
I wanna make love in this club.
And that's peak Usher.
In this club. He does that little falsetto.
Yeah. Bro, that's peak Usher. That's Lil Jon.
No, you're right to bring up that song a lot. It's a classic. Dude, that's all classic. I definitely we've talked about this. I was a very oblivious boy in high school. Didn't have my first kiss till I was 19 years old.
I can't get too specific on my vibes in high school just yet in this podcast.
You can't what?
I can't get too specific on my vibes. Maybe if I'm really rich, then sure we'll get into it. But
respect. I didn't have my first kiss till I was 19. But to anybody judging, I was homeschooled. I wore goggles when I played sports. And my mom put me on a leash as a kid. So like 19 is like 10 years ahead of schedule. If those are the odds you're overcoming, like I had to overcome some. I beat the odds. But part of it, so I was only homeschooled for a little bit of elementary school. So in high school, I was always comfortable around girls because I had 3 sisters, no brothers. So it's just kind of like, yeah, like I'm used to just like being friends with girls and making them laugh. But I was so oblivious that like, I would be like, does this girl like me? And I remember this one girl, my senior year, made me a whole burnt CD of like Taylor Swift love songs.
Oh, that's hectic.
Like this is peak like white girl. I'm obsessed with Taylor Swift. And then like, I think the one song she's like, yeah, like I really hope you listen to this song. And it was Enchanted by Taylor Swift.
Okay, before you finish your story, I have a funny story. But finish your story.
So thank you for letting me know that you also have a story. So she's like, she kind of points me in the direction of like, I made the CD for you. I really hope you listen to track 4. Track 4 is Enchanted. For those of you who don't know Enchanted by Taylor Swift, the song literally goes, I was enchanted to meet you. Like it talks about like, it literally says, please don't be in love with somebody else. And please don't have anybody waiting on you. Okay. And I'm sitting here being like, I wish I knew if she liked me.
That's disgusting.
And then in return, I made her burn. This is so embarrassing. Honestly, most of the stuff that I say in here, I feel like a lot of people would be like, the FBI couldn't got that out of me.
Right.
Bro, I made her.
We're comedians. It is.
So Taylor Swift is known for writing these songs about, like she'll leave hints about who she's writing about. She wrote Enchanted about Adam Young, who's the dude from Owl City, you know, Fireflies.
No,
you definitely know the song Fireflies. You've heard it. You would not believe your eyes if 10 million fireflies.
Yeah, when you sing the song verbatim, sure, I remember. But
that's what I'm saying. It's like you've heard it for sure at white people parties, whatever. It's like this huge, it was like one of the biggest songs in the moment. She writes this song about this dude, Adam Young. And Adam Young, the Owl City guy, makes his own version of Enchanted. That's like, I was enchanted to meet you too. I didn't have anybody waiting on you. I was also in love with you. So I make her burnt CD and put that song on it in return. Like she puts me Enchanted Taylor Swift. I put Enchanted Adam Young to return the favor.
You do nothing.
And she and then she messaged me like, oh, I really like that song. And then this whole time I was like, I just really wish she would give me a clear sign on if she liked me or not.
Man, zero riz.
And it's just like, yeah, no, I had the riz to kind of put that song back, but then I just zero awareness.
Yeah. If it's NBA 2K, what is your awareness number in high school?
3.
Damn, that's crazy. My awareness was low though back then too. But also, to give me credit, I was around a lot of white women in the South.
Yeah, that's a tricky game for you to tough. Like. It's delicate too, because also even if they did like you, they got to worry about their daddies.
They're not messing with black dudes until college. My story. Did you ever get breaking up? Well,
I've actually never been broken up with. Thank you very much.
This dude.
Not that I've ever really dated people for real before my wife. But
I got broken up with a song too.
You got broken up with by a song?
Like we was breaking up, but she was like, "This is how I feel." And this shit, bro. Whenever I hear this, it was Donnell Jones, "Where I Want to Be." So a girl sent
zoom in on my face.
A girl sent it. A girl sent it.
You got broken up with by a song?
Like she had already told me she was like wasn't vibing, but it wasn't clear. So she said she's like, "This is kind of how I'm feeling right now." So I'm listening to the song.
And you're expecting it to be like, at least
lukewarm, like, you know, help me, type shit. This song, "Where I Want to Be," look, black people know this song, but let me read the chorus.
Yes, please enlighten me.
But when you love someone, you just don't treat them bad. Oh, how I feel so sad now that I want to leave. She's crying her heart to me. She is, at this point, me. How could you let this be? I just need time to see where I want to be. Where I want to be.
Yo, talk about the FBI could have got that out of me, bruh.
Well, I tell you, now it's funny as hell. But it's just like, dog.
She was like, hey, can I sit you down? And let me play this for you.
Bruh. In retrospect, it's the funniest shit in the world. But dog, the fact that I didn't know the song.
So you went into the song not knowing she was gonna break up with you.
No. I knew shit was rocky.
No, but that's what I'm saying. You knew things weren't great, but you didn't know. Like she's like, okay, she's expressing herself.
We weren't like dating, but it was like we was.
You were talking
seriously for like a minute.
Yeah.
And dog, she sent this, and I'm just like, okay, maybe like this is a rough patch, but like, well, maybe I can figure it out. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I won't. Maybe I will. But like, I'm not ready right at this moment to be like, dog, I'm not where I want to be, dog. And the song is really about old boys like, look, man, look, you cool. I fucks with you.
You're cool, just not cool enough.
But this is not where I want to be, bro. That was like, okay, like I was not familiar with your game.
She might as well have just stabbed you.
Dog.
So how'd you react?
What you mean? I just
Like, but you understood after the song.
Yeah, once you own Genius in 2000 whatever, looking at like, okay, I guess.
You know what I gotta give you credit for though? Most high school boys are pretty dense.
This is late. This is later. This is like college-ish time. Yeah, it was tragic, dog. It's tragic.
I'm sorry for your
I mean, I'm still was that guy. I just was broke. I was fresh out of school. I was broke. It just was a funny.
You were graduated from college.
I was fresh out of school.
Honestly, okay,
Fresh out of school. I was 21.
You graduated early? That's impressive.
I was just early. I was young for my grade.
Oh, right, summer birthday. That honestly changes things for me a little bit. And she was graduated too?
Yeah.
If you're an adult woman or man or person and you can't say, I don't feel you anymore, this isn't working, and you got to use a song this whole time. Sorry, maybe I just wasn't paying attention. I thought this was like a 16-year-old. So I'm like, yeah, that's normal. No.
I'll give her credit. She did kind of allude to like, hey, bro, this is like kind of not working.
No, I'm giving her zero credit at all.
But it was like the Salt Bay, like extra seasons. Like, let me just make sure you understand where I'm at, dog.
I truly, we've been asking this a lot. This episode, I truly need our listeners to chime in. How old is too old to break up with someone via song?
Yeah, that was the final straw, though.
That's what I mean. Samuel Sleeves on Instagram. Follow Sellers on Instagram. Callbacks on Instagram or callbackspod@gmail.com. Please email or message. How old is too old to break up with someone's song? You have a whole degree. You have tens of $1,000s of debt in your name to get a college education, and you still have to use a song to break up with somebody.
But our point earlier, it's people to this day that I've heard that have shared playlists with their ex-partner. Music is, Sam.
Music's a powerful thing.
It is a very powerful thing.
I'm just saying, if you are a full adult, okay.
It ain't like she said, like, hey, Danny, listen to this and let me know what you think.
If you're an adult person
if
you're an adult person using a song to break up with someone,
it was to her, it was a tool. But it definitely put it was like the nail was in the coffin. It was like, hey, let me just go ahead.
Look, what I learned in basketball, if the only way you can dunk is by someone throwing you an alley-oop, you can't dunk. If the only way you can break up with someone is because you need a song to help you break up with them,
that was tight.
You're not a real adult person.
Yeah. I mean,
feel.
We were 21 years old.
22. You're 22 when you graduate usually. She was probably a little older than you. I don't care. If you have a whole degree and you need a song to break up with someone, hey man, and maybe I'm being a jerk. This is why we need people to chime in.
Yeah.
You're a kid, great. You're an adult and you want to send a song and be like, hey, this song reminds me of you and it's a love song. Great. That's a little bit of Riz. I'm repeating myself a lot now. If you need a song to help break up with someone, you're not a real adult human. Do better.
And at what age is it not? I'm telling you, bro, I feel like a lot of people still use music at our big old age to show love and also like put an end to shit.
Just be a regular person. Communicate. It's not hard.
Sam, God for willing, you never are back in the streets. But if you are back in the streets at some point, you're like, damn, these little songs slap. Let me go ahead and play these little.
Sure, I'm all cool with being like, hey, this song makes me think of you, and you're like helping it use to be like, it's a love song. But like at the end of the day,
it was a crazy moment for your boy.
Yeah.
I was fucked up for sure. Don't act like I'm not. Yeah, let me not act like. It was, I was bad. I was down bad, brother. I was broke.
That's good, because it would be kind of crazy if you're like, Danny, how's your day going? Got broken up with song. Got broken up by with song again.
Yeah. Right. It happened like 8 times. No, it was every time I've even Donnell Jones pops up, I'm like, dog, hold on. Let me fast forward.
Now you can never think of it the same.
No, I don't give a fuck.
And that's the other reason. Don't break up with someone via song, because now you're just ruining that artist and song For the rest of the life.
Oh, you know what's also funny and awkward too? When you have a song with Shorty and another Shorty likes it, it's like, don't play this song. This is my other Shorty.
But then you don't want to actually have to bring it up.
You can't, it's not you don't want to, you cannot.
You cannot pretend like you've ever had feelings for somebody before.
Yeah, you cannot. You got to act like, I love Frank Ocean. What's this? I never heard this before. You can't act like that's not, no.
Or you just got to act like you don't like the song. You're like, nah, I ain't feeling this.
Right, like, I never heard, was Frank Ocean, okay. But you got a couple songs, was your Shorty that's like, we agree this is our song. You gotta just live. That's between y'all two. You can't. No one else can know.
Yeah, that's a little tough.
If you got a ex that y'all got a song together, put a thumbs up in the chat or something. Not in the chat, but in the comments or whatever.
I want to Oh, go ahead.
I'm just saying. I feel like a lot of us. Sam was never in the streets like I've been in the streets. So I feel like I'm going crazy in this room right now. Look at the Sam's kid.
No, I got a song with me and my wife have songs.
Yeah, that's different. That's your wife.
But even when we were dating though, because we've been together since 19.
Right. But if y'all broke up, then yeah. So
it'd be room for me.
God willing, you don't. But if it did happen, you'd have about 40 songs that if they played with another Shorty, you'd be like, this ain't slapping like I needed a slap because this is me and no girl song.
That's fair. I'm gonna be honest. The girl that I dated before my wife, it was a horrible relationship, and I honestly, we don't need to get into it.
Black, right?
To stop that. Don't put races on. But I didn't even like her in the first place. I just had Denise, self-esteem issues.
Denise.
But she was like, "Oh, I really like this song. This should be our song." But I really like the song, and I knew I didn't like her that much, so I was like, "No, I'm not feeling it."
Black Niecy. What'd you call it? You call it Black Niecy, right?
I can't take you anywhere. This way we can't have nice things. All right, let's get to our that was our little callback, our nostalgia, burning CDs. I want to hear what songs. What was your go-to love song that you were burning for the person that you had feelings for back in the day, back in high school?
Y'all.
Let's get to our favorite ending segment. Danny's ism, aka Life Lessons with Danny.
My ism this week, dog. So my ism this week.
You know it's crazy when he starts clapping at the beginning.
He's so scared of black people.
That's crazy.
My ism this week. So shout out to Deion Sanders, Coach Prime, Colorado boys.
Coach Prime.
Boys balling, crazy game. But my ism is this week is never underestimate your ops. The ops are out there, dog.
Ops is short for opposition.
Opposition. The people that are against you, the enemy, quote unquote. These people are working hard, sometimes just as hard as you are, to get to where you got to go. And the ops can be religious, it can be a human, it can be whatever it is. It can be Mercury and Boosie Faye, whatever it is. The ops be opping. Never underestimate the ops.
Amen, brother. Don't underestimate the ops. That's just good advice.
I'm trying on these isms, dog. But that's it. That's the episode callbacks.
Yeah, thanks so much for
showing up and listening.
Yeah, I was really taking in that ism, and then you're like, "That's the episode." I'm like, "Wait, that's the episode." I was really taking in that. Advice. No, I was just kind of. You moved me a little bit. Yeah, that has been the episode. Follow Danny at Follow Sellers.
Please, baby, please.
Follow me at Samuel Sleeves. If you're still listening, I'm headlining. It actually just got changed. It was supposed to be September 28th. It is now October 6th, Friday, October 6th. I'm headlining in Burbank, California. So all the Southern California homies, hit the link in bio. Yep. I'll be in Minnesota, October 20th and 21st. Hit the link on that. Follow Danny because he's going to be releasing his half-hour special. Early.
Announcement coming mad soon.
Yeah. And honestly, I got to open for him and truly it's special. There's a lot of... I'm a hater when it comes to comedy. There's not a lot that I like. Danny genuinely makes me laugh. I'm genuinely pleased I just get to be his friend and see his process. So make sure you follow him to be able to tap in and follow the announcements for that because it's going to be a great special. He's already released just one little reel on Instagram and it looks great. It sounds great. Rate, review, follow. Check us out on YouTube if you are only doing audio. Get home safe. We love you guys.